If you struggle with analysis in Macbeth, I will show you the perfect analysis statement that you can use in any Macbeth essay that is perfect regardless of whatever character question you get or whatever theme question you get. You can still use this analysis statement as it not only launches to the heart of Shakespeare's message against ambition and the nature of unchecked ambition, but also you are highlighting and showing an awareness of the overall idea of the play. You are also showing an awareness of why Shakespeare wrote this play and what he was trying to demonstrate to King James's audience at the time that it was staged. Now, when it comes to analysis, obviously remember that the aim of the game with English is being able to analyze, not describing what happens in the play, but then talking about, okay, what does this convey? What's the message that Shakespeare is trying to impart to us as the audience? Why is this important in connection to the question? This is what you write about, and this shows that you're hitting all of those points that your teachers will be looking for when they are marking your Macbeth essays. So I'm going to begin by going over the perfect analysis statement that you can use. Then I'm going to dissect why it's so powerful and why it's such an amazing statement to use regardless of the question that you get in Macbeth. Now, this is the statement that shows amazing analysis. Shakespeare presents Macbeth as a tragic hero whose fatal flaw of unchecked ambition leads to his moral corruption and downfall, making him a cautionary character. That is such powerful analysis that cuts straight to the heart of Shakespeare's message. It also really captures Macbeth's decline, his entire journey and his tragic consequences that he faces as a result of ambition. Remember that ambition is really the main theme that leads to the tragic outcomes of this play. And of course, if you use this kind of statement in any essay that you're writing on Macbeth, you are showing a really strong grasp and a strong handle of this central theme. Now, I'm going to dissect why it's so powerful to use it, especially when you initially begin your Macbeth essay, but even when you are analyzing, you start borrowing some of these elements and using them as part of your analysis. Now, firstly, the moment you start mentioning terms like how Macbeth is a tragic hero, you are going straight into talking about not only the genre, but understanding and showing an understanding of this tragic play as a whole. Also, as I said, remember that this play was staged before the court of King James. He was a new king. And of course, he was seen as a foreign king because he was from Scotland, and many English noblemen were looking at him and thinking, oh, do we really want a Scottish guy also ruling us? Now, what Shakespeare was trying to show by using Macbeth as this tragic hero is he was trying to highlight to these noblemen within the audience that if they were to go through with any plans of treason, of regicide, they too would probably face the same tragic consequences as Macbeth did, okay? So the moment you start showing that and also tying it into some of this context and showing an understanding of this contextual analysis, that's now where you start really showing a deep understanding of the play's message, but you're also showing that you're analyzing. Now, the second reason why this statement is amazing is because it mentions Macbeth's fatal flaw, his ambition. And the moment you talk about his hamartia, his fatal flaw, ambition, again, your teacher will be absolutely loving your essay. They will see that you've gone straight from describing what's happening in Macbeth. Oh, Macbeth, he's a really bad guy. He was really good at first, but then he kills King Duncan. You're going away from that, which is where most students go into and what they launch into when they're writing about Macbeth, and you're moving straight into what is his fatal flaw? Why does that lead him to make a series of mistakes? Mention ambition in that statement too. Equally, why this statement is so powerful is because the moment you start talking about how Macbeth is a tragic hero, because remember that the moment you mention he's a hero, that is how he's presented to us at the beginning. But of course, this idea of him facing tragedy and of course ultimately becoming a cautionary character. Cautionary character means somebody who is used as an example of what not to do. You are then also demonstrating Macbeth's journey and his downfall from being a hero to somebody who becomes a fallen hero. Equally, this statement is amazing because it links to Shakespeare's message. What is Shakespeare's message? His message is that ambition is terrible. Not only does it destroy the social order, it ultimately destroys your life. And also this statement is amazing because it links to all the main themes within the play. Ambition, guilt, supernatural, all of the major themes. This statement can also be used for those themes. So of course, if you're looking at this and you're like, okay, this is great. However, how does this look like in an essay? I'm going to be having a one-off Macbeth GCSE masterclass on the 27th of October. This is going to be during half-term week at 5 to 6 p.m. And not only will I be going over a grade 9 Macbeth GCSE model answer, in this live lesson, you can ask me as many questions as you want. Obviously, the grade 9 model answer that I'm going to be going over, not only will it be useful for your mocks, but also lots of students who joined in this masterclass last year also found that they were turning to this same model answer before the final GCSE exams. Equally, I've created a 3-page cheat sheet with all the main characters and quotes to go with them, as well as themes that also you will get access to during that GCSE masterclass on October half term. I love teaching Macbeth. I don't teach it enough. And so obviously it will be a massive treat for me to run this masterclass. So I hope you found this useful, and thank you so much for listening.